Salesians 2025. Youth events. Young people stand at the heart of the Salesian mission. Throughout 2025, a number of vibrant initiatives and creative programs were carried out, offering young people meaningful opportunities to grow, deepen their faith, discover their gifts, and express themselves freely. Here are some of the most significant moments. Italy, Adolescent Meeting 2025. From 3 to 5 January 2025, 140 young people gathered in Piazza Armerina, Sicily, for the SIM Adolescent Meeting 2025, celebrating 50 years of SIM. Mexico, SIM Meeting for the province of Guadalajara. From 10 to 12 January 2025, over 50 children, families, and leaders met in San Luis Potosi for the first provincial SIM gathering, combining fun, formation, and faith. Panama, first session of the SIM leaders. On January 11, 2025, the SIM in Panama launched its first Leaders School at the Basilica of Don Bosco, focusing on leadership skills, teamwork, and Salesian values. Mexico, Campo Bosco. On the 11th and 12th of January 2025, 195 young people gathered in Tlazala for Campo Bosco 2025, centered on hope and faith. South Sudan, Regional SIM Meeting. From 16 to 19 January 2025, 110 young leaders met at the Tonj Mission for prayer, workshops, discussions on leadership and faith.
Brazil, Youth Vigil in Brasilia. From the 18th to the 19th of January 2025, over 1,000 young people gathered at the Don Bosco Shrine in Brasilia for the second Youth Vigil, spending the night in prayer, reflection, and joy. Mumbai, Altar Boys Rally. On February 2, 2025, 150 altar servers gathered in Matunga for a rally featuring talks, performances, games, and mass. Spain, Canary Islands SIM Meeting. On February 6, 2025, around 500 young people and 100 leaders gathered in the Canary Islands for a vibrant SIM meeting. Tunisia, Salesian Youth Day. On 7th February 2025, over 90 young people gathered in Menzel Bourguiba for Salesian Youth Day, enjoying games, performances, and group discussions. Italy, DB Spark in Caserta. On 1st and 2nd March 2025, young people from southern Italy gathered in Caserta for DB Spark, a creative training experience in singing and theater dance. Venezuela, Dimisal 2025. In the month of March, over 600 youth from the province of St. Luke gathered for Dimisal 2025 under the theme Anchored in Christ, Missionaries of Hope, preparing for Holy Week mission outreach. Italy, SIM Youth Meet in Mogliano, Veneto. On March 30th, 2025, 1,400 young people gathered in Mogliano, Veneto, inspired by Blessed Carlo Acutis' message, "Be originals, not copies," through theater, Eucharist, and activities. Myanmar, Summer Programs for Youth. Between March 10th to April 12th, 2025, despite earthquake damage, Don Bosco Mandalay organized summer catechism, music, and sports programs for young people. Italy, Evviva Don Bosco! Mural in Milan. In the month of April, primary school students in Milan created a mural with 141 faces honoring Don Bosco and celebrating unity and diversity.
Papua New Guinea, Laudato Si Camp 2025. Between 4 to 6 April 2025, young people in Baroko participated in a Laudato Si camp promoting environmental care, prayer, and social outreach. Italy, DL Day 2025 in Chiari. On April 6, 2025, more than 1,500 young people gathered in Chiari to celebrate St. Dominic Savio and Blessed Laura Vicuña through games, workshops, and a vibrant Eucharistic celebration. India, Youth Pash in Lonavala. Between 16 and 20 April 2025, young participants at Don Bosco Lonavala experienced the Youth Pash through Holy Week rites and Easter celebrations. Panama, Sim Mission in Darien. Between 16 and 20 April 2025, Sim Youth carried out a Holy Week mission in remote communities of Darien, offering catechesis, liturgies, and strengthening local faith communities. India, Youth Pash in Guwahati. Between 17 to 20 April 2025, 700 young people attended the 18th Youth Pash in Guwahati, participating in adoration, stations of the cross, and a symbolic river pilgrimage. Venezuela, Young Missionaries in Action. During the Holy Week, over 1,500 youth spread the word of God, bringing joy and hope to vulnerable communities in Caracas, Venezuela. Activities included liturgies, catechesis, and visits to nursing homes and hospitals.
East Timor, Sim Youth, pray for Pope Francis. On April 24, 2025, Sim Youth in Dili gathered at Tasi Tolu to pray for the late Pope Francis, honoring his life and legacy. Poland, Simfest. In early May 2025, 125 young people gathered in Piazice for Simfest, combining a mountain hike, workshops, spiritual reflection, and Eucharistic celebrations. Togo, the first youth festival. On 10th May in Lomé, the Higher Institute hosted Togo's first youth festival to encourage young people to dream with hope and celebrate their talents. Malta, Jubilee of Vocations. On 11th May in Malta, 350 participants gathered for the Jubilee of Vocations to reflect on discernment through prayer, sharing, and Eucharistic adoration. Poland, Savionalia 2025. From 9th to 11th May 2025, young people gathered in Krakow for the 33rd Savionalia, celebrating St. Dominic Savio with workshops, concerts, and religious services.
South Sudan, Sim in Maridi. From May 15th to May 18th, 2025, youth at the Don Bosco Mission in Maridi gathered together in reflections, activities, and spiritual celebrations. India, Migrants Youth Mela. On 25th May 2025, over 1,000 migrant youth gathered in Tirupur for the Migrants Youth Mela, promoting migrant rights, cultural exchange, and community support. India, Spark 25 Youth Camp. From 1 to 3 June 2025, nearly 200 youth from 13 villages gathered in Udlabari for Spark 25, engaging in faith activities, competitions, and motivational sessions. Venezuela, National Youth Leaders Meet. From June 6th to 8th, 210 youth leaders gathered under the theme Jesus, Path of Hope, deepening their faith and launching the summer oratories. Italy, Northeast Sim Youth Meeting. From 6 to 8 June 2025, over 600 young people gathered in Mestre for formation sessions, a Pentecost vigil, games, and a concluding Eucharist.
Paraguay, National Meeting of Don Bosco Exploradores. On the 14th and 15th of June 2025, Don Bosco Exploradores celebrated 40 years in Asunción with a historical safari, Eucharist, and a parade honoring their legacy of service. Papua New Guinea, Don Bosco 2025. From 20th to 22nd June 2025, in Araimiri and Akapiru, more than 200 participants took part in Don Bosco 2025 to celebrate the Salesian charism and deepen faith and fraternity. India, Mini Boscori and Scoutmaster Training Camp. In the month of July at Barbetta Road, over 1,300 scouts and guides gathered at Don Bosco School for the Mini Boscori and Training Camp. Peru, Achuar Youth Meeting. From 10th to 13th July in Cuyunza, the first Achuar Youth Gathering was held to strengthen indigenous identity, faith, and leadership. USA, Summer of Leadership at Salesian Youth Center. In the month of July in Boyle Heights, Camp Salesian empowered youth animators with leadership responsibilities to foster growth and teamwork among children.
Belarus, 24th Salesian Youth Pilgrimage. In the month of July, from Smahon to Budzlau, young people undertook a 6-day pilgrimage to deepen their faith under the theme Anchored in Hope. Kosovo, Estate Ragazzi. In the month of July in Albania and Kosovo, the Estate Ragazzi summer program engaged young people in the Salesian oratories to promote inclusion and meaningful relationships. Hong Kong, Summer Formation Program. In the month of August 2025, the Salesian Youth Ministry Office in Hong Kong organized workshops and a leadership camp, fostering spiritual growth and servant leadership. India, Youth Sharefest 2025. From 7th to 9th August 2025, 1,600 young people gathered in Kurnool for Youth Sharefest, promoting sustainability and the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Argentina, Province Sim Meet. From 15 to 17 August 2025, over 100 Sim coordinators gathered in San Nicolas for reflection and planning, commemorating 150 years of the first Salesian missionaries.
India, Youth Gathering in Tripura. From 22nd to 24th August in Nabasardar, over 350 students participated in the Faith Formation Weekend to strengthen gospel values and unity. France, Bosco Kids Camp. In the month of August in France, the Bosco Kids Camp brought children together to develop their talents and build friendships rooted in respect. Senegal, Salesian Youth Movement Forum. From 3 to 8 September 2025, nearly 200 young people gathered in Dakar for the SIM Forum centered on hope, dreams, spiritual growth, and fraternity. Brazil, Sim Jubilee in Aparecida. From 3 to 5 September 2025, young leaders from Brazil's Salesian provinces gathered in Aparecida to celebrate the Sim Jubilee in unity and joy.
Paraguay, 50 years of Sim. From 5 to 7 September 2025, over 1,100 young people celebrated the 50th anniversary of Sim in Paraguay during Don Bosco 2025, renewing their Salesian commitment. India, Sim Meet Dimapur. On September 6, 2025, 75 youth leaders gathered in Dimapur for a Northeast Zonal Formation program focused on spirituality and leadership. India, Sim LAF Meet in Goa. On 6th and 7th September 2025, 32 youth leaders met in Goa for the Western Region Leaders and Animators Formation Meet, strengthening fellowship and mission. Brazil, a Camp Bosco. From 12 to 14 September 2025, nearly 100 young people gathered in Rio Negro for a Camp Bosco, deepening faith and fraternity. Philippines, youth celebrate St. Carlo Acutis. On September 14, 2025, young people gathered at the Archdiocesan Shrine of Our Lady of Lourdes to celebrate St. Carlo Acutis through formation, mass, and joyful fellowship.
Colombia, 5th National Sim Meeting. From 25 to 28 September 2025, over 600 young people gathered in Chinauta for Colombia's 5th National Sim Meeting, fostering fraternity and devotion to Christ. Italy, Tri Veneto Sim Youth Meeting. On September 21, 2025, around 700 young people gathered in Padua for the Tri Veneto Sim Youth Meeting, promoting peace and testimony. Vietnam, Ca Mau Deanery Youth Day. In September 2025, over 350 young people gathered at Don Bosco Takvan Parish for Youth Day, featuring workshops, reconciliation, and Mass. Argentina, Pius X Youth Week. In the month of September in Córdoba, the 48th Youth Week gathered over 2,000 students daily to foster friendship, sportsmanship, and community spirit. India, Festival of Science and Innovation at Sacred Heart College. In the month of September in Tirupattur, AI Fest 2025 brought together 10,000 young people to promote innovation, sustainability, and AI for social good. Myanmar, Sim 2025. On October 5, 2025, 270 young people gathered at Mary Help of Christians Shrine in Anisakan for Sim 2025 under the theme Fullness of Life.
Slovenia, Sim 2025 Meet. On October 18, 2025, around 160 young people gathered in Cerknica for the annual Sim meeting themed It is Good to Be Here. India, Symbiosis 2025. On 25th and 26th October 2025, nearly 300 young people gathered in Mumbai for Symbios 2025 under the theme Young Pilgrims of Hope. Mexico, Sim celebrates 30 years. From 14 to 16 November 2025, over 1,100 young people gathered in Guadalajara to celebrate 30 years of SIM with formation, pilgrimage, and Eucharist. Portugal, National SIM Meet. On November 15, 2025, around 300 young people gathered simultaneously in Arouca and Manique for Portugal's National SIM Meet. Slovakia, Regional Youth Ministry Meeting. From 17 to 22 November 2025, 28 delegates gathered between Bratislava and Žilina to reflect on GC29, mental health and youth networking. Brazil, SIM Provincial Assembly. From 22 to 23 November 2025, SIM Brazil gathered in Vargem Grande Paulista, strengthening identity and missionary commitment.
Salesian sports events. The year witnessed numerous sports initiatives for young people to grow humanly, socially, and spiritually in a climate of teamwork, discipline, fair play, healthy competition, joy, and friendship. Thailand, Youth Football Competition for National Children's Day. On January 11, 2025, St. Joseph Church in Tam Sing, Thailand, hosted its first youth football competition with 20 village teams, promoting teamwork, healthy recreation, and drug prevention among young people. Dominican Republic, 16th Salesian National Games 2025. From 20 to 23 March 2025, hundreds of young athletes competed in the 16th Salesian National Games, inaugurated by President Luis Abinader, with Mocha Salesian Center crowned champion. DR Congo, 50th Centenary Salesian Games. From 9th March to 1st May 2025, over 7,500 young people and 256 teams participated in the 50th Salesian Games in Lubumbashi, celebrating 5 decades of sports, fraternity, and educational values. Italy, Sport in Festa in Caltanissetta. On April 6, 2025, more than 200 young athletes gathered for Sport in Festa in Sicily, celebrating the International Day of Sport with competitions, mass, and an awards ceremony promoting peace and teamwork. Italy, Solidarity Walk in Venice. On 6th April, around 8,500 people joined the Su e Zo Peri Ponti Solidarity Walk, raising funds for Salesian missions in the Holy Land.
Brazil, 14th Don Bosco Interclass Games. In April 2025, nearly 600 students competed in futsal, volleyball, and judo during the 14th Don Bosco Interclass Games, fostering unity and holistic development through sport. Brazil, wheelchair basketball in Mackay. In the month of April 2025, the Mackay Paralimpico wheelchair basketball team inspired students at the Salesian Institute of Mackay through an inclusive sports exhibition highlighting resilience and accessibility. Brazil, Interstate Karate Tournament. On May 25, 2025, students from Colegio Salesiano Dom Luis Lasagna won 5 gold, 1 silver, and 6 bronze medals among 900 competitors at the Interstate Karate Tournament in Tupi Paulista. India, Sports for Change Initiative. In May 2025, the Salesians of Kerala launched Sports for Change, benefiting over 1,700 children through free football coaching and education-focused sports programs across 7 centers. Ukraine, recognition for amputee football initiative. In May 2025, the Salesians in Ukraine were honored at the Football Federation Congress in Kiev for founding the first amputee football team, now a national movement supporting veterans and youth.
Italy, Sicily Cup 2025. On the 4th of May 2025, the Sicily Cup gathered young athletes in Sicily to promote fair play and unity, combining competitive matches with a Eucharistic celebration and tribute to youth mentors. Brazil, Nordestão Salesiano 2025. From 25 to 29 June 2025, about 1,300 athletes from 11 cities competed in the 38th Nordestão Salesiano in Natal, uniting under the theme Sport and Hope. Paraguay, Intersael 2025. From 10 to 12 July 2025, students from Salesian schools across Paraguay gathered in Concepcion for Intersael 2025, competing in multiple sports. Ecuador, Zaruma DB 2025 Olympics. On August 1, 2025, Don Bosco Zaruma inaugurated its Salesian Olympics, promoting unity, sportsmanship, and holistic education. Philippines, tournament for Don Bosco's 210th birth anniversary. On 16 and 17 August 2025, around 350 young people in Cebu joined a sports and cultural tournament celebrating Don Bosco's 210th birth anniversary.
Poland, 33rd National Salesian Youth Games. From 19th to 21st September 2025, over 600 young participants from 22 Polish cities competed in football, volleyball, basketball, and table tennis during the National Salesian Youth Games in Zabrze. Ecuador, Mundialito Salesiano 2025. From 9 to 11 October 2025, youth from 7 cities gathered in Esmeraldas for Mundialito Salesiano 2025, strengthening faith and camaraderie through competitive sports. India, Sports for Change Charity Marathon. On November 14, 2025, more than 3,000 young people participated in the Sports for Change Charity Marathon in Ernakulam, promoting children's rights and well-being through sport. India, National Kabaddi Tournament, Sadugudu 75. From 25th to 28th December 2025, Sacred Heart College in Tirupattur hosted the national-level Sadugudu 75 Kabaddi tournament with 35 teams and nearly 20,000 spectators. Ecuador, 5th edition of the Padre Yanquam Jintia Cup. In Patukmay, Ecuador, the 5th Padre Yanquam Jintia Cup gathered 450 Achua youth in December 2025, promoting athletic skills and integration across 7 indigenous communities.
Music, art, and theater. Music, art, and theater have been effective tools in our Salesian settings in forming the young people and nurturing in them their skills and talents, offering them a platform to express themselves. Ecuador, photographic exhibition, Like Don Bosco, Missionaries of Hope. In January 2025, the Salesian Polytechnic University in Quito inaugurated a photographic exhibition marking 135 years of Salesian presence, highlighting education and outreach inspired by Don Bosco. Slovenia, Biennial Gathering of Youth Choirs. On February 9, 2025, 21 youth choirs with 280 singers gathered at the Salesian shrine in Ljubljana Rakovnik, animating the Mass and premiering the Slovenian Sim hymn. Philippines, Theater and Acting Workshop. On March 1, 2025, over 50 young people joined a theater workshop in Cebu to prepare for the Holy Week Cenaculo, deepening faith through performance and evangelization. Poland, Mysterium Passion Play premiere. On March 8, 2025, the Salesian Seminary Theater in Krakow premiered Mysterium, a passion play connecting Christ's suffering to modern life, and staged throughout Lent.
Slovenia, Salesian Circus, Fuscabo premieres Briciol. On March 9, 2025, the youth circus Fuscabo in Ljubljana premiered Briciol, a wordless acrobatic show portraying Don Bosco's life through circus arts. Poland, 16th Theatre Festival in Łódź. From 14th to 16th March 2025, Salesian schools gathered in Łódź for the 16th Theatre Festival, featuring 9 performances, workshops, and the launch of the album Educated by Theatre. Hungary, Passion Play at Szombathely Youth Centre. On the 13th of April in Szombathely, 50 young people presented a passion play portraying Jesus' final hours, offering a deep spiritual experience to the audience. Liberia, Passion Play in Monrovia. On the 18th of April, Good Friday, in Monrovia, youth from St. Joseph Parish staged a passion play in the streets to spread a message of faith and hope, concluding with the solemn Good Friday liturgy. Brazil, Gym Dance Artistic Event. In May 2025, students in Aracaju presented Gym Dance, using dance and performance to address social issues like poverty and racism through artistic expression.
Italy, Due Note a Vasto Music Festival. On 7th June 2025, the Salesians in Vasto hosted a music festival for emerging artists, awarding Riccardo Crisante the Guido Cerulli Prize amid performances by national guests. Venezuela, 12th edition of Don Bosco. On June 9, 2025, young people gathered in Altamira for Don Bosco 2025, combining dance and evangelization under the theme Anchored in Truth, Steps of Hope. Colombia, 10th Provincial Festival of Salesian Symphonic Bands. From 24th to 27th July 2025, over 500 young musicians met in Neiva for the 10th Provincial Festival of Salesian Symphonic Bands, blending musical training with Salesian spirituality. Poland, Boskie Granie 2025 in Oświęcim. The Boskie Granie 2025 Music Festival took place in the month of July-August, organized by the Salesians and Salesian past pupils in Oświęcim of the Krakow province. India, Manipur Cultural Extravaganza. On October 17th to 18th, Don Bosco School, Manipur, hosted its first cultural festival, during which the students showcased traditional dances, model villages, and fashion shows.